Okay, this mounting setup may not work. Maybe just very vibrating all over the dash while we're going down the road, but let's see how it goes. Also with the loud exhaust. Let's see if you guys can hear it. I'm gonna turn down my winger for just a second. Okay. We'll start with windows up. So when I listen to this on the playback, we'll see if my voice actually comes over the exhaust or not. Windows down, exhaust plus wind noise would it'd be no go. We're talking about the 1995 Mustang GT. It's always interesting to see what people do at 2 or 3 or 4 way stops. You know, I should have been the next person to go, or it was my turn, but she didn't even look at me. She didn't even acknowledge my existence. She just went. Okay, so we're talking about fuel economy MPGs, something most V8 owners probably don't care about. But I was just surprised because I was making a little TikTok video the other day, and TikTok is something I still don't understand in its entirety yet, but I thought this Mustang, last year the 5.0, the old pushrod 5.0, got like 12 miles to a gallon. According to my calculations, I filled up 8.7 gallons, and this whole fuel tank holds 15.4, but I'd never drive it so low. I'd never sit on E in this thing. You know, I wouldn't, especially if I wasn't near a gas station, you know, taking a nice drive way out on my curvy roads where there's not a lot of gas stations around. But filled up 8.7 gallons the other day, and I keep a trip odometer going every time. I always reset it after I fill up just to track it. I went 137.5 miles, and if you do 137.5 divided by 8.7, you get approximately, it's a little over 15, which was very, very surprising because I'm usually driving this car balls to the wall. I never have any of the AC on. The AC in a 26-year-old car doesn't work the very best. So I don't even bother to use it. I just do windows down. Man, I never drive with the windows up, so I'm noticing a lot of interior noise there. A lot of drone and all that. But yeah, over 15 miles to the gallon in a 26-year-old car with a V8 and a stick shift. I don't know what the automatics would get. I think you'd get a 4-speed automatic optional in the Mustangs during this year. I don't think automatics got a 5-speed automatic in Mustangs until S197 generation, like 2005 and up, if I'm not mistaken. You guys will correct me in the comments. But yeah, very surprising because I always thought the newer Mustang, I've heard the newer Mustangs can get like 17, 18 miles to the gallon. So I thought this whole thing was getting like 12. And the reason I thought that is because I had a 1989 Lincoln Town Car that I bought for $500. Bought this one for $1,500. 3 times the price and 3 times the fun with the stick shift because the Town Car had an automatic. But the Town Car being so much heavier, being such a boat, with that 4-speed automatic, I think in 89, you guys can correct me on that one too. But that one and it had a thing on the dash because it had all the digital features, and it would say about on average 12, maybe 13 miles to the gallon. I would float between 12 and 13 every fill up on average. So the fact that this one is getting 15, I think on the high end of 15, like 15.6, if my calculation of 137.5 divided by 8.7 was accurate. So just a little fun fact. I'm trying to bring a little SN95 content to YouTube. I think a lot of people have already done like 96 to 98 GT content, you know, with the 4.6 liter 2-valve V8, especially Chris Fix. He's done a lot of those videos, but I don't see that much. There is content on 94 to 95 SN95s with the 5.0, but I just want to make a few videos. I'm not going to go crazy modifying this one. You know, I'm one of those guys that kind of buys a fun car as cheaply as possible and just enjoys it for what it is in stock form. You know, it's not, by any measure, it's not up to performance standard of almost any modern car today, but for $1,500, it's the cheapness that brings the fun factor. You know, if I spent 6, 7, even 10 grand on this thing, I'd be like, well, I didn't get a very good deal on it. But $1,500, I think I got a steal of a deal, and I'm getting somewhat decent MEGs. And the other thing is, not that I really care about what it gets miles per gallon, but the fact that it gets something somewhat decent is cool. But the other thing too is I only put 87 octane in it per the owner's manual, whereas I believe the newer GTs, maybe you can hear me now after that, but I think the newer GTs get or have to take 93 octane to get the quoted horsepower numbers that the factory puts out, or Ford puts out for like a, you know, I don't know, 15 and up GT. I think like 15 to 17s make 435 horsepower from the factory. Of course, it's crank horsepower, it's not the wheels, but I think that number is advertised on 93 octane. That's the asterisk. But I think you can still put 87 in it. I'm not sure why you would. Just put 93, get the full power from the get-go, but I think if you put 87, it'd probably make less. This one, per my owner's manual, just put 87. There is an asterisk in the owner's manual for the Cobras of this year. They require, the owner's manual says 92 octane, which is kind of interesting. It's like that'd be like a quirk and feature that Doug DeMuro would point out if he was reviewing this car, perhaps, because in my area there is no 92 octane. There's 89 or 87, 89, 91, and 93, and a little bit of E85 here and there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Just like I said, make a few videos on the 94, 95 SN95s. They might be cool one day, but for now they're people, they don't like them that much. Like I said in my other video, they kind of look down on the design. You know, it's they say it's one of the uglier Mustangs, but now that I've owned it for over a year, the design has grown on me. I don't hate it. Obviously, there's other Mustangs that look way better and faster and all that jazz, all better all the way around. My favorite design is the tail end of the S197 design, 2013 to 14 Mustang GTs. I never imagined 215 horsepower would be this much fun. I always thought you had to get them newer Mustangs or Camaros with over 400 horsepower, but 215 will still put a grin on your face. You're not going to beat anyone. You're not even going to beat a modern day Toyota Camry with a V6. You might beat a 4-cylinder, but it might be a close race. I don't know. Don't want to find out, I guess. Who knows? I just drive around for fun. I don't do a lot of racing, but enough on all the tangents. Let me know what you guys think about SN95 Mustangs, 94 and 95 ones in particular. And if this audio sucks over my loud exhaust, then I'll have to shoot another video. But in the meantime, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.